Hi guys, hi, hello, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully today finds you well. Today I am doing my project pan update for the month of March. It's March. Wow. Oh, that went by fast, didn't it? So today is my March project pan update for 2024, and this is a completionist project pan. I do 3 different projects here on my channel. One is centered around deluxe and sample size products. One is deca panning. It's a game and it's centered around usage goals. This one is my completionist project. So I have 10 products that I hand pick in my collection that I'm trying to get use out of and get out of my collection. And I typically have a pretty lofty goal for the number of beauty products I want to get out of my collection at the end of the year. And this is where you find the bulk of those products going into to find them leaving my collection at the end of the day. I hope that sounds like something that you're interested in. I sure love coming to you and talking to you about my project pans for sure. I typically have a much more exciting project pan update than this one, but I feel like a big fatty failure this month, but that's okay. That's okay. Listen, I got a lot of use out of these products and I'm super happy with that. But if that sounds like something you're interested in, I sure hope you keep watching and that we can be friends at the end of the day. I would love to welcome you into my YouTube fam here. For those of you new here, hi, my name is Donna. I'm a lover of all things high-end colorful beauty and self-care. I also work in the beauty industry as a field leader for Ulta Beauty. I get a lot of education in my position, like to bring it to you here on this channel, but ultimately I'm just out here talking about makeup because talking about makeup sets my soul on fire. It is what I love to do, and I hope that you're here for it. With that said, all intro aside, let's get to talking about some makeup, shall we? All right, today we are rolling into my project pan update for the month of March. I did get a lot of usage out of my products this month. I think I wore my makeup a grand total of 11 times in January, but in February, I think I wore it somewhere around the 16 to 18 marker. I will go ahead and float it up here so that you guys can see. I did wear most of these products most of the time. So, however, I did take a couple breaks here and there, and I don't have any like shop my stash items going on in my rotation right now because I paused on shop my stash so I could get done with some collection videos and whatnot. So these are it. Like, these are what sits on top of my vanity. They're the only things besides the deca panning products that I sit on top of my vanity. They're what I'm pulling for every single time. So they did see an awful lot of use, and I am seeing an awful lot of usage happening, and you can see that in the pictures and the b-roll as well, but nothing is leaving my project pan today, and that's a little bit disheartening, right? Because I am typically a person that comes to you and has something leaving every single rotation. Not today. Not today. That's okay. Let's start. Let's dig in, because this will be quick and easy because I'm not rolling anything in. Let's start with this. This is the Dior Powder No Powder product that I have in my collection, and this is in shade 3N or 3 Neutral. This is a product that has been in my collection for a while. I did purchase it when it first came to fruition in the makeup space, and I purchased it because Samantha March could not quit raving about this product. I think you will see that I have had a really grand old time utilizing this product in the last month. It came in to this project pan on the 1st of January. It's one of the products that I rolled in initially. It had made its way into this project pan after being part of a project pan last year as well. This powder oxidizes on me quite a bit, and it is a powder that is being discontinued, and I think that that might be probably why. But I wouldn't repurchase this powder as is because of the oxidation it does. It really does make me look a little bit like a Oompa Loompa at the end of the day if I'm using it. So what I have been using it for is bronzer, and I think that's why I'm seeing as much pan as I'm seeing in this product. Last month it weighed in at 59 grams of product, and this month it is weighing at 56 grams of product. And I think you can see in the B-roll there is quite a bit of product that just isn't in this pan anymore. You can see at the top, all the waffle pan is showing. About the only product I have left is like this little section down here. I had been focusing and concentrating my brush on this upper section, trying to get that all off of there, and I have succeeded in that. This is also a product that gets hard pan really, really quickly, so some of the product usage has been depleted because of scraping, but I have been trying to stay away from scraping since it's where it's at right now, because if I scrape too much, it'll get down to that waffle pan preemptively and I don't want to cheat at it. So I've been trying not to scrape it, but there is a couple times that I've taken some tape to it because it does get pretty bad. I do think that that will roll out next month because there's just not much left. The next product is the Bite Beauty lipstick in the shade Chai. It was just this mini guy, and this is what it is currently looking like. You guys can see it is kind of flat on top. I have been using this mostly as a blush. So I will take the product and rub it onto the top of my hand, and then I will take a brush and dip it in and wear it on my face as blush. It is what I am wearing today as blush. I do love it as blush. It is a beautiful blush. I also have it like dabbed onto the center of my lips as well, because when I'm wearing it as blush, I also like to wear it on my lips for that little like monochromatic moment. This is one of the oldest lipsticks in my collection, and it is also a mini, so I figured what a better way to use it up than to use it as a project pan lipstick, and it's just a mini, so I don't feel scared to do it. With that said, it did not have much use prior to rolling it into this project. So I do have the weights on it, and last month it weighed in at 7 grams, and this month it's weighing in at 5. But when you look at the usage on this guy, which I'll show you right here too, when you look at the usage on it, the line isn't much different than what the line was for last month. And the usage also, that single line with that white space in between the tip of it being worn away and then that single line, that's it. That's all that's been used. So it's really hard for me to imagine that this went from 7 grams to 5 grams with such a small amount of product being used. But you know, the scale has been wonky lately. I've tried to replace the batteries. I just think that the scale is probably broken and I need a new one, but we'll continue to use it and see what it says. I'll take it, but don't be surprised if that goes back up next month. The next product I have is the Benefit Flora Tint. And you all know that last month I told you that I've been using this as a hairline color, which I felt was brilliant. But this month I haven't had to use it much as a hairline color because I just got my hair done not that long ago. I am starting to see like my roots show, so I will likely start using it again sometime at mid-March time frame, but then I get my hair done again at the end of March, I hope, for FLC for sure. I really haven't used this a whole lot. It weighed in last month at 23 grams. It's weighing in this month at 23 grams. I think I've worn it twice as a blush in the last 30 days, but I really haven't used it much more than that. It is beautiful. I love this product, but it's just not one that I can use every single day, and especially when I'm trying to get more usage out of this. Although I do think that that one would probably deplete quicker, so maybe I'll, focus more concentration on using that as a blush. I think that these two, Bite Beauty and the Flora Tint, show up very, very similarly when used as a blush on my face. So I could use either or and be perfectly happy with how they show up on my face. This is the Fresh Sugar Coconut Hydrating Lip Balm, and this is, I think you can see I've used quite a bit of it. I do have it down on my computer desk. It is what sits in my office. As a matter of fact, I had to go get it to do this video. I do use it all the time, every single day. I love having it in my office because it reminds me to use it every single day versus sitting up here. I also have my lip balm or my lip gloss sitting down there with me as well. This did come in at 24 grams last month, and it's coming in at 20 grams today. So a ton of use, right? Again, who knows if my scale is right, but I do think that, you know, just with the amount of use and how much bigger that center section is from the last time, I do think that you can also visually see it changing and depleting. So that gives me enough validation that this 20 grams could potentially be accurate. The next one is the Fenty Kilowatt Highlighter in Lightning Dust, and this is what this guy looks like. Can you see the little pan? I mean, that's exciting, right? Because when I repressed this, I repressed it pretty firmly. I thought I did myself some disservice by pressing it as firmly as I did. I did end up last year taking whatever was left, the remnants of what was left out of both of these sides, and moving it to the one side and making one highlight out of it, because ideally my goal last year was to use up one side of this palette, and I did. There was just remnants of both sides. Both sides had giant pans in it. My goal this year is to finish this because it's really thin. It's really thin in here, and the fact that it has pan, and it looks like I can probably get some more pan like just right in this area. It's so thin. I am super excited about where I'm at. Super excited about this new pan in here. This did weigh in at 57 grams last month. It's still weighing 57 grams, so not a whole lot of usage, but you can visibly see the pan changing as far as the amount of product in the pan. So again, between weights and that, like, I'm really happy with where we're ending with that. The next thing I have is the pencils that I have in this, right? So I have one lip liner and two eyeliners in this. I have the Jante Blue Dark Espresso Brown eyeliner, and I think you will see in the B-roll that this is quite a bit smaller than it was when it first rolled in. And then I have the LA Girl Shockwave liner in Blackout. Also, I think it's quite a bit smaller than it was when I first rolled these in. I was weighing these up until this month. I didn't weigh them this month because I just can't get my scale to focus down and drill down into such tiny, tiny products. But I do have them on this guy, so you're seeing a picture of that right now. And I think that you can see the LA Girl one, there's a line, a lot of use between the first month and the second month. There's a line, and then this month there's like the line is almost right on top of the other line. And there's like a little arrow that says 3-1 on it. I didn't use the black eyeliner very often over the last month. I was using mostly the brown. That is what's in my eye look today too. And this brown really comes across as a black, honestly, in an eye look. So I basically have two blacks in here that I'm trying to get use out of. Do I think that I will finish these? Yes. But I do think that both of them will be in it for the long haul. They will likely be in till the end of the year. Then I have the lip liner from Buxom, and I actually did get quite a bit of use on this. It is what I'm wearing on my lips today underneath the lipstick and the lip gloss, and I didn't weigh this one either, but you can see that there is also, again, quite a bit of use on it. I think that there is the difference between last month's line and this month's line is pretty significant. The difference between like the outline of the product and line to line is also pretty significant. It doesn't take me nearly as long to get through a lip liner as it does an eyeliner, because I do wear like lip liner every day and I cover all of my lip. So I use quite a bit more product than I do in terms of eyeliner. With that said, this used to be my favorite eyeliner or lip liner formula, and I can tell you that either the formula has changed because it's old in my collection and it's going bad, or I don't know what I was thinking. This just kind of goes everywhere, honestly, and it doesn't last for very long. I really don't like it a lot. It's creamy, and because it's creamy, it doesn't tug or pull, which is good, but because it's creamy, it also dissipates, goes everywhere. Like, I can't keep it in one spot, and that drives me bonkers. So I'll be glad when that is done. And I think I decluttered the other two that were in my that were in my collection in that formula, and I don't even think that you can buy those anymore. Next I have the Marc Jacobs Enamored Lip Gloss. So this one is in the shade French Tickler, and this is just a medium. This is just a mini, and I do love this guy. I had let it settle at one point in time during this and should have marked it and didn't. So I'll let it settle again and get it marked, but it's not going to be marked per last month. And I did see, you know, quite a bit of usage. I think I used this almost daily over the last month. However, in the weight, you don't really see that. So it weighed 16 grams when we rolled it in last month, and it's still weighing 16 grams. But I know I wore this so often last month, so I know that it's getting quite a bit of use. And I want to say that when we first rolled it in, when you look at like the Marc Jacobs, when we first rolled it in, I believe it was sitting somewhere above the B, and now I think it's sitting somewhere below the O. So quite a bit of use, actually. And then the last product is also something that we rolled in last month, and I am so proud of myself for this product. This is the Hourglass Hyaluronic Skin Tint, and this is in the shade Nude. And when we rolled it in, I had brought it into my collection. It was still relatively new. It had quite a bit of product still left in it, but I had used quite a bit as well. This is really pretty. The one thing that I don't love about it is that I feel like it oxidizes quite a bit on my skin. Like, if I don't put blue foundation mixer into it, then I am literally orange. So I have been putting a blue mixer into it, and therefore find that it works really well. It is what's on my face today. I think it looks really pretty that way, but you guys can see how much usage I have on this. And last month when we brought it in, it weighed 41 grams, and this month it weighs 32. So a lot of use. I do think that this will also be gone next month, and you can see by the B-roll, it's nearly flat through this section of products. It is just, I've used just so much of it. It's really truly beautiful. I don't mind it. That's an Hourglass product that I would probably repurchase. I just think that I would get it in a more neutral tone. Although I do think that this one is neutral, but it's very orange. So with that said, that is it. That is all I have for you. That is my Project Pan update, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I know I didn't roll out anything, but I do think that I have at least 2 products that will be rolling out next month. And I also think that we're getting a ton of usage on the other products in this Project Pan. You know, I have that list of like 33 items or something like that that I wanted to see make their way out of my collection through a Project Pan, and a couple of them I have already decluttered. I'm really proud of the Project Pan awareness that I have for my collection, in that I know how long it takes me to get through a lot of stuff, and even if I don't finish anything in a Project Pan, I'm still bringing you an update so you can see where I'm at. And I'm honestly very proud of myself for a lot of, like, this has been in my collection for years, and the fact that I think it will be gone next month makes me giddy with excitement to get through this month. I know that this could be gone next month too, so we'll likely see 3 of these items rolling out next month, and a lot of usage in the other items, of course. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that if you did, that you're considering subscribing to my channel, give it a big thumbs up, and stick around for more, because I upload content 3 times a week. and I'm kind of a kick in the pants to hang out with, so I hope you want to stay. With that said, thank you again just for coming and watching my video, being a part of my channel, leaving a comment. All that activity really does help our channels, and I just appreciate you so much for it. I hope that you and yours are doing well. I hope that you are all safe and healthy and getting along as best you can. I hope that you are all loving each other, but loving each other from afar. And until next time, bye friends.